Karen Titus from Stamping on the Back Porch, and welcome back today. I'm so glad to have you with me today. So do go ahead and put your name in so we can welcome you. What we decided to do was these first couple of minutes, we'll welcome people as you come on. After that, Tim is just going to keep a list of names, so maybe at some point he can welcome people. We're trying to decide what to do that's not disruptive, but please, at any time during the video, I want this to be like I'm talking to a small group of friends and we're talking about stamping. So if you have comments or questions about what I'm making, Tim will read any of those because we want to make sure we get those answered. Oh, and we're trying this mic that we have. So I'd be curious to know if it makes a difference. You know, if it doesn't, if it makes it worse, when I plug it. I'm not sure it's the right kind. I thought I had bought a lapel mic, but I might have bought the wrong thing. So we're still trying to work on the sound thing. So I'll just try to talk loud. So do we have anyone on with us yet?
No.
No. So I'm just talking into the air right now. So I'm going to start with a few announcements. First of all, this month, Stampin' Up! Has a great sale on a bunch of the different designer series papers. There are a whole bunch. You buy 3 and you get your 4th one free. Next week on my Facebook Live, I'm going to show you lots of ideas on how to use this. So you're going to want to go ahead and get this. You know, if you might be wondering, what would I do with all that paper? I'm even going to have Tim be sharing what he does with this paper. So you want to stay tuned for that.
Beverly from Florida.
Hi, Beverly.
Sandy.
First one here. Sandy.
Sandy Glover.
Hi, Sandy.
Carmen. Kathy Ost. Wilma.
Okay.
And Wilma
all of you.
From
Wilma,
the Netherlands.
Oh, the Netherlands even. So I said, oh, good. We're worldwide. What can I
Cindy
say?
McDonald. Kimberly Sims from Michigan.
Hi.
I hope you can hear me.
Welcome.
Sandy from Wisconsin.
Kimberly is one of my new recruits, so welcome, Kimberly. So I'm going to say hi to that. So very fun.
Sharon Harris from Salem, New Jersey.
Hi, Sharon. I have a sister named Sharon. Okay, another announcement. I want to make sure I made that. If you're on my mailing list, you are already getting my 12 Weeks of Christmas. It comes out on Wednesday, and it's going to be 12 Christmas projects. The first few weeks are cards, and then we move into gifts, and they're very cute. So if you aren't signed up, if you're watching this on a desktop, there is an email sign up, you know, at the top of the page, but if you're on a phone, it's not. So you can just go to KarenTitus.com and just fill in on the right-hand side. There is a I want this. You just fill that in because you won't want to miss those. And then the last thing is, the other day I did a blog hop. A bunch of us demonstrators did it for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I just wanted to show the card that I made, and you can see it on the blog. But I used the angel, and you know, I don't know if all of you know, but 3 years ago I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It's probably obvious once you know that, but I'd say that event really impacted me on how wonderful it is to get cards. You know, what we do for people is just, you know, really a day brightener to a lot of people. So I took this Christmas angel, and you'll see I took off the words. It was a Christmas thing on it, and I just said, for you. And I dedicated this for all of you who make and send cards to people going through cancer or any other hard things in life. It's just a great thing we do. And speaking of that, later this month, I am having a fundraiser. It's going to be live in person in Richfield, Minnesota on October 29th. I think that's a Saturday. We're going to make 7 cards, and it's $15, and you can write your check right to the organization that I'll be writing a blog post about where we're going to give our money to. But you can also do it long distance. If you do it long distance, it's going to be $20 because that will cover the cost of mailing. And again, you can write it to this organization. So if you itemize your taxes, it will be a nice tax write-off. And you will get the 7 cards in the mail. Some of my friends and customers here are going to help me make them. And you'll get PDFs and for the 7 cards. And they're going to be all fun, clean, and simple cards. So more information on that will come later.
Beverly from Folsom, Louisiana. Pam Hicks.
Hi, Pam,
Danita.
Beverly.
Danita from
Danita.
Ash, North Carolina. Holly Duncan.
Hi, Holly.
Karen from Plymouth, Minnesota. Rosenquist.
A fellow Minnesotan Karen.
Anyway, I think that's good for you.
Okay. So for today, on to today's topic, we're going to be working with the Christmas pines. And first I'll show you the card that we're going to be making. I'm going to be making 2 cards today. This is one of them. And this is actually one of the cards that you would get in the free card kit for me this month if you place a $40 order. I also sell just the PDFs. So if you don't live in the country or if you just want the ideas, you can email me about that. I need to get something better set up on my website about that. But I think this is just a really beautiful set. So the bundle is, this is the stamp set. We're not even using the stamps today, but they're beautiful. We are using just the thinlets. They're for all these different things. Then I also like this. We're using this on some of the cards in the set. This is the pine bough folder, embossing folder. So you'll see that. And then at the end, I'll have a few other cards to show you using this. Now, I would never use pine cones and pine boughs as a Christmas card. So I don't know why it's called Christmas pines, because it doesn't speak Christmas to me. There are beautiful words in the set and a beautiful script, but they're all Christmas. We're doing them just as autumn cards. I think these are all perfect. They could be wedding, sympathy, birthday, absolutely anything. And they're also great for guys' cards. You know, anything to do with nature is. So this is one of the cards. So again, if you place the $40 order, you get 5 cards in the mail. 2 come completed. This is one that comes completed. 3 come as kits. You get PDFs for all of them. And the ones that I choose to send completed are the ones that actually do use a stamp set. So this is what we're going to be making today.
I got some announcements.
Okay. Take the
Holly
break.
Duncan. Hello, Holly. Patricia Grace from
Hi, Holly.
Oahu.
Oh, Hawaii. Hi. I can't speak that, but
Laura, Karen, Vicky from Faribault, Kim Torkelson, Donna from Idaho, Susan from Florida, the home of the Hurricane Matthew.
oh,
And
yes.
Patricia Fortune wanted me to say hi.
Wonderful.
Sandy Glover, Karen Dixon, Holly Duncan.
I am just thrilled to have all of you here. It's really a great attendance. And next week, Tim will be on camera, because he doesn't even know that, but since I'm going to ask him to share something. So to make this card, what we're going for today is this fun framed look. And so I'm using crumb cake. So I have my half sheet of crumb cake, scored and folded. And then I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 inch. That's going to be my layered on top. And I took the largest oval from the Ovals collection framelits and cut out the front. Now this is going to be I save all these. This is going to be really a nice thing to add onto another card. So that will go aside. And for this, I wanted it to be kind of a wood look. So I'm using the hardwood background stamp. And later in this video, I'm going to show you a different way to also get a wood look. So that's just kind of fun. We just like, as crafters, possibilities. So on a large stamp like this, I am going to ink. Is it all looking good? Where I'm seeing. And is the sound good? Has anyone commented on the sound?
No.
Are we doing just fine? Okay. So we don't know if this mic is helping or not, but I'm sure I'll find out afterwards when I read all these comments. So on a large stamp like this, I put my stamp pad upside down. And then I'm actually going to layer. I'm going to put this right on top. Now, I don't want it to be, I forgot to bring scratch. I'm going to use this. I don't want it to be very dark. So I'm going to go over it first with this, so I get the one layer off, because you'll see here. And I don't even care that it's not on, I want kind of a blotchy look. It's just kind of a little antique look. So here my full impression went over here. And then with this, I can just plop that on. Again, I'll fold this over. Keeps my hands from getting inky. Oh, and I meant to just do like this, but I totally forgot. So just know that you can. And then I can take this and flip it over.
Can I just say that Wilma, Mary, Kathy, Grace, Pam, Sandy, Patricia, everybody says it sounds great. So that's working.
Oh, good.
We also have Denise Jorgensen.
Well, hi, Denise.
And Marion from Zimmerman. I assume that's Minnesota. Peggy from Sneed Ferry, North Carolina. And I think that's good.
Wonderful. So now to build inside, this is giving me my picture frame, so now I'm going to want to build my picture right inside. So these are all the little thinlets from this little thinlet thing, so I'm going to kind of just pretend here. And I go ahead, and I have the white here, and I don't want the whole white, so I go ahead and just piece these things off. And I like to attach them with just a teeny bit of, oh, I forget what these, the liquid glue. The fine tip glue pen also works well, but it leaves it really shiny if any overflows. So often when it's really thin little pieces, I prefer using this because it dries clear. It still shows, but it just probably isn't. But it's really personal preference. So I'm going to put that on. And then, and you know me, I'm not going to sit and build this whole thing for you. But now the same with these. I've used the 2 different sizes so I can cut 2 at a time. But I want them short. I just freely tear off what I don't want. So I'm going to put little bits on the end here and here. See, I might even cut that shorter. I'll put it down because I want them to fit in here. So you see the idea here of what I'm doing. And then I added one. These are garden green. Then I added a little the mint macaron. And again, this had to be cut shorter just to have a little texture in the colors. So here's my background. And then I'm doing 2 of the pines. I love that these all look good together. So I have the 2 different. The other thing that's really nice about it is you can cut them out at the same time instead of repeating one twice if I wanted them to totally match. So that's a fun thing. And then I've taken the little pine cone embellishments. You get 24 of these. And I just think these are just as cute as can be. So what I am doing here, let's see if I can even remember what I did here. But I think I just came up through here, through my pine cone. And this is linen thread that I'm using. Oh, and it's just perfect except that it's backwards. Because, you know, I'd really like my bow in the front and not in the back. So now here's our little visual expectation. Because, see, I really would rather have a meat in the front. So you could do it either way. And then I just attach them with little glue dots. So it's just a fun, easy card. When I put this on, you know, it's a little putsy, but it's nothing hard about it. I put this on with some dimensionals. So it just gives it that little popped up look. So it's kind of a little, this is the card we had done. And then I mentioned that I was going to show another way of making a wood grain background. So that's one that we did there. This is a really basic card. I'm going to do a little stepped up one with this next. This is not one of the cards in the card kit, but it is another really awesome thing you can do with these thinlits. So this is pretty fun. Again, I'm using crumb cake. And so now this time I have my piece. And I'm just going for an old barn door look or something. I'm going to make mine irregular. If I wanted to, I could make these, you know, like every ½ inch or whatever. So now I've just made a bunch of lines right there. And I wanted to go with a lighter color on the top. So I'm going with Sahara Sand. It's not necessarily lighter, but it... you'll see when I stroke down, and I'm going for a pretty uneven look, but isn't that cool? And I'm just going to use 2 colors, but you can see that you can have a lot of fun with this. You could add more colors. So now I'm using slate gray, and this is going to add some more depth. Oh, so look at, there's the difference between the 2. And you can see how the parts that are dented in do not take the color, and that's what really gives it that cool wood look. So how fun is that? Does that look enough like an old barn door here?
So we have people leaving comments. That's good. Patty.
Good.
Patty
I'm so glad it's working.
Loves the wreath card. Likes an old barn door. Love it. Linda Noble.
Good.
Happy Thursday.
Good, good, good. Yeah, it'll be a good Thursday yet. So we just never know with technology, but we keep on going. So then I just had another one I was going to cut apart. So just to make this a little fancier door. And then you can see the little circle. I was doing this when you couldn't see me, you know, and I kept going on the other. I just used this for a little pattern and did a little pen marks because they're going to be covered with my wreath anyway. So for doing the wreath, I took several garden green of these, and I am pulling them all apart in either halves or thirds. And so now to attach these, well, let's see. I'm really not in a rush now that we think this is working. So I was afraid this last time, you know, to connect these things, because I thought I'll just connect these top two. But I just think it's boring to sit and watch people make things from scratch, you know. So I just go for the speedy version.
Chris.
That's probably not really how I wanted it, but it's good. Good enough is good enough.
Chris says, cool technique. Jill says, you're back. Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad. And I'm so glad you guys are back. I thought by doing it this way, I might have nobody on the second half, and I'll see if I can splice them together on a replay, but you know, that might be beyond me too. So now in doing these, again, I'm using the liquid glue, and I'm putting a little right on the corner, right on the top, so I won't care if it comes out. And if I think it's too much, I just dab it a little on the paper. Okay, so I'm going to just start right there.
Sandy Glover says, we're never boring.
That's right. And you know, us crafters, we're creative. We're not necessarily technology oriented. So, and then as I go around, I keep taking the next one and tucking it right up under there. So you can see how I'm going to build out a full wreath look, just like that, if that makes sense. So that's why I've taken all these. The larger ones I've just put into 3, and then I decide if I think this is too big, depending on how big your wreath is, if you want to use the big ones or not. But otherwise, I just keep putting these aside. I'll just pretend I've got my little glue. I'm not going to do that now, but you can see I just keep, by going up under and building all of these, we just keep going all around. And this, you know, is a homemade looking wreath, of course, so it's not perfect. They're all different lengths and sticking out. Isn't that fun? And then I added one of the little embellishments from the Christmas embellishments. And again, you get 24 of those. They also have little gingerbread men, and they have bells. I thought the bells would be fun with this too. It would make the card a little thicker for mailing, but if I were giving it in person, I thought the bells were really a nice complement to that. So anyway, that is 2 ways of making wood. The first card, remember, is one that comes in the 5-card kits this month. The second one is just another idea. And I don't show you the other 4 cards because I love surprises. But I have 3 gorgeous cards that I got in a swap.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah, do.
So, Joanna, love the set. Wilma, yay, we're back on the air.
And Wilma, it wasn't a break.
Linda Cole from Hillsdale, Kansas. Started with you and was afraid we wouldn't get back on the air. Linda, now she wished that she would have ordered this set.
Oh, it's not too late. It's never too late.
And Linda Cole loves the embellishments.
Great. You know, it's my job to convince you need it all like me. No, but I do love sets like this, I think. And look at this stunning card. And unfortunately, the tag fell off, the little dot of who made this. So it came in a swap, and I can't credit anyone. I will if I figure that out. But again, this could be a birthday card or something other than Christmas. But I thought, how stunning. And just notice the embossing folder used on the bottom, and then more of the pine boughs right there. This next one is by Sandy McManus, and she's often on these calls. So hi, Sandy, if you're on. And here's the same embossing folder underneath, and then she used the Wink of Stella. And I thought this is really pretty on the smoky slate. So any color works. I think it's just so pretty. And then adding the little bell onto the bow. And then one more from Jody Levasseur. And here she's used the actual, this one has actual stamping on it today. So she's got the leaves and the 2-step stamping with the pine cones and cut out. And I thought, isn't that just lovely? And then some of that really fine thread. And again, you change it to a birthday card, and I'd probably just change the color of the bow so it didn't look quite so Christmassy. Put a blue bow on and happy birthday, or a green, whatever. But I just absolutely love this. I just think this is a great set for all occasions. And I'm so glad to be back, that we made it through part 2.
And there's 25 people.
Oh, I am thrilled.
Kim Torkelson, glad you're back.
And so now remember, you have 24 hours to leave a comment or question or anything about, if you need anything like a catalog, leave that comment. Any other questions? And make sure you go to KarenTitus.com if you haven't already, if you're not on my mailing list, so you get my 12 weeks of Christmas, because I won't be sharing them anywhere else. And I think that's it. I think I am really, though, Wilma, going to go on break now after this. This was just a little stressful. Here I thought I was getting a little bit used to doing these, and now it's like back to When it doesn't work, what do we do? But I want to thank all of you for bearing with me. I so appreciate the interactions I am getting with these. It's, Tim and I both do. We just have so much fun, and I read him a bunch of the comments because he gets mentioned a lot. And next week he will be actually on the video sharing one of his ideas that he doesn't even know about yet. So.
Really?
I like to get him worried a little. So.
Kathy Seal says good recovery. Kim
Thanks.
Torkelson, all went good. Sandy Glover, terrific as usual. Brenda Taylor's back.
You guys are great. You're so understanding and supportive. I just really appreciate it. Those of us that enjoy this world of crafting. So,
Linda Cole's glad we're back.
So everyone have a wonderful day, and you can leave a comment later. I will get back and reply to everyone after I go on break.
Laura said, can't wait for Tim to be in front of the camera. Wilma, thanks for the inspiration.
Yeah, I'm going to have him sit down here. I said we need to do that more. So and share something. So that'll be fun.
Wilma, thanks for the inspiration. And Kim, working on the cards right now while watching Sandy Glover. Prayers for those in the path of the tornado.
Yes,
hurricane.
We've been watching that. I know some of you, I said, it's just, it's a terrible thing to be going through. So we'll be thinking of all of you, paying attention. And thanks again to everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And remember, I'm going to be back next week with lots of ideas about what to do with designer series paper. So, you're going to want to have a bunch of that so you can use them up in these ideas.
And Cindy McDonald can't wait.
Okay. Thanks. See you next week. Bye.